Oh, hey, boys and girls. I didn't see you there. Well, today I'm just going to answer some phone calls and try to answer viewer questions. You know how I give out my email every episode and offer to answer your questions? Well, I'm going to be answering questions over the phone. So turn up the volume and take a seat as I answer some important questions about capacitors. Alrighty then, I think we're ready to take our first call. Let's answer this one. Hello, Dr. Capacitor speaking. I'm listening.
Hey, Dr. Cap, Jerry here in Tallahassee. First time caller, and I've got a question for you. How do you calculate the temperature rise in a capacitor?
Well, welcome to the show, Jerry. That's a very good question, one that we hear quite a bit. Basically, capacitors heat up due to energy loss within the capacitor. If this energy loss isn't limited, the capacitor can overheat and fail too early. The capacitor's self-heating shouldn't be more than 10 degrees C above the ambient temperature around the capacitor. What that means is we like to keep our caps cool here at Nichicon. That way they last longer. Boy, that was a great start to our show today. So who's next? Hello, Dr. Capacitor. I'm listening.
Hola, hola.
Hello?
Doctor Capacitor.
Hello? Hello, Dr. Capacitor. I'm listening.
Hola, doctor Capacitor. Mi nombre es Jorge y realmente amo tu show. Mi favorito fue el de las aplicaciones. Pero hoy necesito saber si un condensador electrolítico se puede utilizar a grandes altitudes. ¿Hay algún requisito especial?
Uno momento, por favore. I need to get the translation. Well, that was a great question. The answer is yes. Electrolytic capacitors can be used up to 10,000 meters without any special precautions. Between 10 and 20,000 meters, however, watch out and limit the operation to 4 to 5 hours. And above 20,000 meters, the capacitor should be really isolated from the external environment. Thank you, George, for the call, and I hope that helped. But anywho, we have yet another call coming in. This is the doctor. How can I help you?
Hey doctor, my name is Janice, and I've always wanted to talk to you. You are so fascinating and so smart. But I wanted to ask you what causes a polymer capacitor to fail short. How does that happen?
All right, Janice. That's not too complicated of a question. Ultimately, because polymer capacitors have a solid electrolyte, they don't have a liquid reservoir of oxygen to repair cracks in the oxide layer. So when moisture penetrates the capacitor, the moisture forms a conductive pathway between the metal plates, creating a short. Essentially, the film now has a hole in it, so it fails as a short circuit.
Wait. I got one more question. Does the capacitance value change with applied voltage?
No. Unlike ceramic caps, aluminum electrolytics do not change with applied voltage thanks to the nifty aluminum oxide layer. So that oxide layer is very stable, and the thickness of the oxide layer is set to a voltage higher than the voltage rating of the capacitor, allowing for a safety margin within the capacitor. It's good to have an extra layer because it makes the whole cap more stable. Well, anyways, I have time for one more question because I need to get back to my experiments. Hello, it's the doctor. It's your dime.
Hey, Dr. Capacitor. Hope you're doing well. My name is Chris, and I have a simple little questions for you today. So, what's the difference between self-healing and a metallized film capacitor and an aluminum electrolytic capacitor?
Hi, Chris. Good to hear from you. So, in metallized film capacitors, self-healing takes place when a hole develops in the film and allows the metal plates to become exposed to each other. When the metal plates become exposed to each other, a high current is generated in the area where the plates are in contact. The high current causes the metal to disintegrate and thus causes a small change in the capacitance. But self-healing in aluminum electrolytics is different. In aluminum electrolytics, a hole cannot occur in the dielectric. Instead, a crack develops in the oxide layer. The liquid electrolyte fills in the crack, preventing the capacitor from shorting. In other words, the oxide layer is regrown thanks to the electrolyte filling in the crack and voltage being applied to the capacitor. This process results in very little change in capacitance. So that's a strong benefit for aluminum electrolytics. But you know, I love all capacitors. Well, anyways, if you have any questions, remember, you can always email me. So see you next time, kiddies. And remember, when you think capacitors, think of your good old pal, Dr. Capacitor.